The highest peak of the jagged mountains was home to a young eagle named Tala. She had thick, beautiful feathers and strong wings, but she had never left her nest. The nest was large, warm, and built by her mother with soft grass and wool. To Tala, the edge of the nest was the end of the world. Below it lay a massive, empty sky and a deep valley that terrified her. While other young birds flew past, laughing and catching the wind, Tala stayed behind, hiding under the shadow of the great rocks. She felt safe, but deep inside, she felt entirely empty. Her mother, an old and wise eagle with scarred wings, watched Tala every day with a heavy heart. She knew that the nest, which was once a place of protection, was now a prison keeping her daughter small. One morning, the old eagle stood at the very edge of the cliffs. Her voice was weak but firm as she called Tala to her side. "Look at the horizon, my child," her mother said softly. "The sky belongs to you, but you cannot rule it if you only look at it from here." Tala shook her head, tears welling up in her golden eyes. "The wind is too angry, mother. The ground is too far. If I stay here, I know I will live." Her mother looked at her with pure love and replied, "But if you stay here, you will never truly live." The next day, a terrible storm hit the mountains. The wind roared like a wild beast, tearing trees from the ground and shaking the mountain peaks. Tala shivered, pulling herself into the deepest corner of the nest, but the wind was too violent. With one massive gust, the soft grass and protective twigs of her home were ripped apart. The nest collapsed. Before Tala could scream, the ground disappeared beneath her. She was falling. The air rushed past her face so hard she could breathe. The sharp rocks below were racing toward her. Panic froze her body, and she kept her eyes closed, waiting for the end. From somewhere high above, through the roar of the thunder, she heard her mother's voice cry out, "Open your wings, Tala! Trust what you are." Death was only seconds away. The comfort she had loved for so long was gone, and only terror remained. In that final, desperate moment, Tala chose to fight. She forced her eyes open and pushed her wings out wide against the crushing force of the wind. The moment her wings stretched out, the wind stopped being her enemy. It caught her feathers with a loud slap. Tala stopped falling. She wobbled violently, tipping to the left and then to the right, her muscles burning with a pain she had never known. Every single stroke of her wings felt like lifting a heavy stone. The wind pushed her down, but she struck back, pouring every ounce of her fear, her tears, and her hidden strength into her wings. Slowly, agonizingly, she began to rise. She moved past the broken pieces of her old nest, past the gray rocks, and climbed higher than the storm clouds. The air up here was quiet and cold, but the sun was shining brightly, painting her feathers in gold. Tala looked down at the vast world below. The valley that used to look like a graveyard now looked like a beautiful green carpet. For the first time in her life, her heart did not beat with fear, it beat with pride. She looked at her wings, now sore and tired, and realized they were much larger and stronger than she had ever imagined. The pain in her chest was replaced by a deep, beautiful peace. She was no longer the helpless bird who hid in the dirt. By leaving the safety of the nest, she had finally found her true self. She was an eagle, and she was born to fly,